Spoilers ahead, fucknuts.
Hey, all you fellow Poes. Guess who just got a new theme song? It's gonna be the new theme of the show. Hope you guys all enjoy it.
Here come the pros, you know they're always blazing, talking movies, TV, and all the things amazing, from superheroes to sci-fi and comedy galore. Read me with all the content, they never get bored. It's the two pros in a pod show, they're taking us to town. Oh, covering all the things that make us jump and go out. Superhero movies, action and some comedy. Their podcast is the place to be. There to make buddies, never missing a beat. Their witty banter, they make us all complete. From old classics to the newest releases, their honest reviews give us all the pieces.
Ew, welcome.
Welcome, Pose. We're back.
Oh.
Silas, where have we been?
We've been on a good old adventure there, Leon.
Yes, we've visited all the ponds of our area and enjoyed summer a bit.
Yes.
And also enjoyed this new season of Smiling Friends 2, Season 2 a bit.
Yeah, sure did.
Because we rewatched it multiple times already at this point.
It only takes like 3 hours to finish this. Or no, that's for 2 seasons. Shit, it takes like just an hour basically for one.
Yeah, like an hour
and
a half, 15 minutes or something, right, basically?
Yeah, basically.
Or 20 minutes or something.
But
really breezy show because these episodes are only like 10 to 12 minutes. And this is an Adult Swim show that started, like 2 years ago? 3 at this point?
Probably 2 years ago,
So
I think. Even to this point, I think it is still 2.
Yeah, it's still pretty new, but the show's becoming a huge hit for Adult Swim. Like, it's kind of similar to Rick and Morty, I think, of its trajectory, where season 1 it didn't really land with people, or like people liked it, but it had a very small following. Then by the time they got to season 2, like it started to get really popular.
Oh yeah.
And I think this is basically Adult Swim's new Rick and Morty, because like I know people have been saying that show has been declining in recent years. Still a great show, but like it has been on the decline. And then there's the whole Justin Roiland controversy as well.
Ooh-wee.
So then I think a lot of people have also like been like, this is not my Rick and Morty and shit.
Not my Rick. Not my Morty.
But this show, yeah, is...
It's been filling the void. It's been really filling in that little void that the Rick and Morty has left for you, especially since there's not much else on original Adult Swim shows.
And this is from the people Oni NG, is that what their name is on YouTube?
Yeah, Oni Plays. Yeah,
Oni Plays. Yeah,
and it's created by, or it's not Oni himself. It's Zach Hadel. Fuck. It's Zach from that that.
And they did Hellbenders and what's that other one? Satan.
Oh, Leon Satan.
Oh
yeah, that was Oni back in the old days. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've done a lot of cool stuff. Like they're the OG Newgrounds folk.
Yeah, they're like Newgrounds sort of days.
Those
sort of creators.
Early YouTube fucking
kind of offensive.
Newground days.
Or just like maybe not offensive. I wouldn't even like just they're not afraid. They just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
and, like, some of the
it's
things
a very
are
fun
violent
show. It's just very fun material, to be honest. It's
very like dark humor at points.
Yeah,
but it's hilarious.
Dark, but for some reason still cheery. It's like cheery darkness.
No, like it does have a heart to it. Because, like, I mean, they're literally called the Smiling Friends, and, like, especially the character Pim, like, he's a very positive character and everything.
Oh, boy, Charlie! Can't wait for that adventure! Yeah, that type
I was saying he's kind of like SpongeBob, almost, if, like, they did, like, an adult animated show, where he's just always positive, kind of.
I can kind of see it.
And then you got Charlie, of course, who's the yellow one.
Yeah, he's just the straight-up, just doesn't give a shit. Basically the average coworker, to be honest, at any job place. Like, doesn't really give a shit about his job, but he'll do his job type of thing, where he's just like, oh, well, got another job there, I guess. And
he's loyal, but he just sticks to the rules, does the job.
Does the
pretty
bare minimum
averagely,
for it. Yeah. He'll do it. It's just gonna be the bare minimum. He's not also gonna overdo it. To be honest, which is a lot of people these days. I don't really blame him.
No, seriously. Damn, I think I got one of those kernels stuck in my throat from that fucking movie earlier.
Sure.
Quiet Place Day 1. That's what it's called.
Day
right?
1, yeah.
Yeah. Saw that one. That'll be a separate review.
That's later. You're getting ahead of ourselves.
We always talk about those reviews that we never end up doing.
Great. Now you're giving them hope again. This is why you don't do it.
Quiet Place is never gonna happen.
Back to Smiling Friends.
But Smiling Friends season 2. I really did enjoy this season.
Oh yeah, I'm just surprised they actually included Ghibli.
Oh yeah,
Ghibli.
Such a callback to past games.
Oh
right?
yeah. I remember Ghibli's fucking adventures and all the great Ghibli games.
He's up there with Banjo-Kazooie and Mario on the N64.
Oh yeah,
you know
the great graphics at the time really still show to this day.
Yeah, they did a very dark story showing what he's up to nowadays.
Oh yes, no longer searching for cream corn, more like get back into try and get a new game.
And he seemed like he was a drug addict now and everything.
Oh yeah, he's
they
just down
never
his luck.
showed that stuff, but I feel like it was very heavily implied. He's not doing well.
No. Yeah, any cream corn, man. Just getting. I love how we just meet him just getting hosed down by Alan with the dirty water. Dirty water from the hose.
I don't have to hose him down with my dirty water.
Fucking love Alan's character.
I know.
I'm actually glad they gave him his own fucking episode too in this. Just
that's one of my favorite ones of this season.
Oh yeah, it's just fucking Alan just being Alan's always been that weird straight man, straight man. What do you call him? Like the
straight man, yeah.
Basically, just not really giving a fuck, but he will perform.
His comedy doesn't come from him being super zany or having these overreactions. He's very monotone almost.
Oh yeah,
but, his delivery is just hilarious half the time.
Yeah. It's just great. I love how canonically he is still the youngest out of all the Smiling Friends.
Yeah, you said they break down a lot of stuff outside of the show.
Yeah, Zach. It was does a commentary thing for it. Here was him and a bunch of his buddies that were doing it. They talked about Alan being the youngest at 22 years old, which like you said earlier, couldn't. What the hell?
Yeah, I figured he was the oldest.
Yeah, you'd think he's the oldest.
Centered on him, and it showed his apartment and everything.
Then the second youngest is Charlie at 27. Pim's 33, and Glep is actually in his thousands. He's thousands of his
I was what the fuck?
His subspecies lives up to 1,000. Which there's actual lore for some reason in this.
We're gonna get a flashback episode at some point.
There's weird lore of that Zach just does off screen. I think he just bullshits half of the things that people ask him, but they just get included. It's so great.
But it's just one of those perfect stoner shows almost, you know.
Oh yeah, it's that very simplistic, but they do put a lot of care in there, because you'll see
it's very quotable too, and just rewatchable, like we said.
It's very it's just very characteristic. They'll throw in different types of art styles for anything and everything.
Too. That's why I liked about the Alan episode a lot. All those different art styles they did, with the skeleton,
yeah,
and then Bigfoot and shit. It was just all so baked.
You'll go from 2D, but for some reason, all the the devil and the demons and stuff are always fucking 3D.
Yeah,
they have
stop
live
motion people in there sometimes.
Then you'll have the Spamtopians, which are just some weird fucking old day cartoons that would just be basically I don't know what the perfect word for it. They're just spastic all over the place.
It's kind of funny though that they did think this stuff out, but it is kind of just random in a way where it's not focused on this huge overarching story.
And there's of course the fifth Smiling Friend Tyler who's in live action.
When you say you could hop into this show pretty much any episode. When you say you could pretty much hop into the show any episode without having to see a past one.
Honestly, I think you could.
Yeah,
you definitely could. It's one. It's like if
It's
you
not
ever,
like Rick and Morty, where like some of those episodes now, like they've gotten into more of the overall story stuff, and
Yeah.
you might be
there's
lost.
you can say there's some lore, but you really gotta go like
Yeah.
look. It's always
like
background
when they
shit half the
referenced
time.
fucking Alan putting his mouth.
Yeah,
over
sucking
fucking
Charlie's
Charlie's
nose from season 1, episode 1, and then
It was
and
such a
then Alan's like,
callback.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. I'm sorry. He seems to make it uncomfortable. He's like, no, yeah, I mean, I'm just since I just wanted to tell you, just so we can get past it. But yeah, you definitely did it. I'm sorry.
Again.
Yeah, he did seem to suck his nose. That's hefty going back on it. Yum.
What was your favorite one this season?
Favorite season 2 episode? That's a good question. It's probably either the alien episode.
I really like that one too.
That was very funny. I did really like that one. Or I just did the Gwimbly episode, of course. Gotta love the Gwimbly.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Those might be my 2 favorites. I really love the president one though.
The president one was actually fun, even though like people, apparently some people were digging too far into it, thinking it actually had something to do.
I feel
with
like it's the same thing as the boys too, though. Like maybe it's just because the whole presidential election this year or whatever.
The boys actually does actually refer to a lot of shit.
It's a lot more on the nose.
Yeah, well, they go full on. They don't. They just throw in your face all the time, and they know what they're doing. The Smiling Friends, they just did. They had nothing to do with current politics.
Yeah,
shit. It's just
that's what I'm saying.
them making fun of. I guess
just because they're making fun of
politics.
Yeah, they're making fun of politics in general. They're not making fun of anything like Trump
Specific,
or Biden
really,
or
yeah.
anything like that. So
it's mostly just fucking. They'll make fucking references at times, but it's always like non-specific references, and you probably wouldn't get like the Worm basically quoting Anderson Cooper from an old like fucking presidential debate from before of the last one. No one would ever get that unless you were a fucking weird political nut like me apparently. Shoot.
I think sometimes people feel like attacked like with some of these things, like when they weren't even trying to like say that guy was
like I said, people are just,
but then people just go like
people are just looking too far into it.
Yeah,
people are just looking too far into it. Anyway, but
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite ones actually. But I saw that was like one of the least rated episodes of the entire series. Actually, still a good like in the 7 range.
Yeah, 7.8 I believe it was. It was still close at least. For some reason, it's just slightly dipped. Everything else is like around an 8.
Yeah, or a 9 for some of the ones in the first season. So it's just. I really liked that one though. It didn't feel like they were being like preachy or anything like that.
No, it was literally a nothing thing. It's just them fucking just making jokes, stupid jokes during the whole thing, and I thought it was fucking funny.
But I really enjoyed those first 3 episodes, the Grimbley, the Mr. President, and then the Allen Adventure. I thought were great.
I did like in the Mr. President one. They had like live action. I guess the guy that they used as the president or the president that was the disgusting live action guy. I forget what it is. He does like other YouTube or was it Newground videos back in the day that they just grabbed.
Really?
Yeah, and they just put him in there because they like him.
He seemed like one of those actors that just has been on Adult Swim shit, probably. Like
honest to God, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm pretty sure he probably has been. But
I don't know that for a fact, but I just got that feeling almost.
Yeah, I know.
But I think one of the weakest ones I'd say this season, even though like it was still enjoyable, was that like Boss Finds Love one.
Oh yeah,
and then the Brother Egg one. Like I think both those ones were still funny and they were still enjoyable, but to me they were like the weakest ones of this season.
Yeah, weak isn't the bad though in this. This is definitely like still a funny week.
Exactly.
It's just in comparison to everything else.
Exactly. So it's like don't get that twisted. It doesn't mean I'm saying it's bad, but I just think compared to some of the highlights of this season to me, which were like Grimbley and like the Alien one and stuff. Those were on like the weekend of the 8 episodes. Yeah,
I did like the
same thing with the Red Jewel one. I know you really like that.
I really like that one.
I thought that was like my third weakest one to me.
When they go to Spamtopia, and it's just fucking.
There were some really funny moments in it, like especially at the
seizure-inducing.
Especially at the end when fucking they're like getting out of there and everything, and it's just like all going to shit.
Drive faster, I'm going.
Like, that was fucking hilarious.
I also just love the jester guy during the whole thing. Did you just look me in my eye? Yes.
That shit was like kind of weird and creepy to me.
But that's what I love about it. It's like that very uncanny feeling.
Yeah.
That you're used to seeing like tons of the stupid videos in the early history of internet.
Was that supposed to make fun of like Flash videos? And
yes,
stuff
that's
almost?
exactly basically what it was. It's making fun of those old Flash videos that you see on Newgrounds or all those weird fucking seizure-inducing animations that you sometimes used to see in the early days.
So yeah, maybe you just have more appreciation for it.
Yeah, and not to mention like those old, some of the old crappily made games I remember back in the old days where they were referencing like those. You heard the shitty like game like a fucking effect that was during that whenever you're in the Spamtopia.
Yeah,
that whole fucking it's hard to explain. You'd have to see it, but you'll know. Like it reminds you of like old day. Like either it's like old day arcade sound effects and stuff like that throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's just I just love it. I appreciate for that. I just because I remember growing up with it with those type of stuff.
No, I feel you, dude. They definitely do a really good job with that sort of stuff. Like especially when you rewatch it, where you can kind of catch those little things too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I really liked the finale too.
Oh, the finale was a fun one. Yeah.
And they had that voice actor. That's in like,
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's Shake.
Bros.
The person who voices Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and who was he in Venture Bros?
He's like one of the people that's in the triad with the Doctor Strange knockoff and the Blade knockoff. He's like the monk dude.
Oh,
the gay monk.
Oh yeah. I gotta rewatch Venture Bros, but I know you're talking. I can't remember his name though. Fuck.
They're recurring characters though, but they pop in there every once in a while, and they're funny.
I just can't unsee him as a fucking Shake though. From
I know,
Aqua Teen.
even though I've barely seen. that show.
I loved watching that so much with my cousin and such in the day.
I've barely seen that show, but it is hard to almost picture him as anything else.
Yeah. Well, now I get to picture him as Rotten.
Will
Rotten the Snowman
character? Will Rotten be a recurring character? He's the ocean.
He is
now.
the ocean now.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's the whole ocean or is it just that.
What if the next season it's like fucking Waterworld or something?
Oh yeah.
Where like Rodden's taking over the world or some shit.
I mean, it basically seemed like he was gonna fucking tsunami the place in the end of it.
That could be interesting.
I think it's just gonna end off there, but that's gonna be funny. You're probably going to see it maybe pop up in a background, like an article that talks about fucking the ocean or something like that.
Like if they're like near some place where the ocean's in the background, like it's doing shit or something. Maybe.
I will mention too the Succubus episode. They did have Doug Walker from the Nostalgia Critic in it make a cameo in it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Marty was saying that.
Yeah, that was just funny.
He was pumped about that.
I just love how they just introduce and bring in fucking just as little characters throughout the series of like from people from the internet that people it's like all from different parts where people are gonna notice.
They
like,
seem to do that a lot too.
Oh yeah.
I
think it's because they're like I believe they're friends with a lot of these people too.
I'm surprised they haven't gotten Richard Horvitz on there or whatever yet. The guy that did like Billy and Invader Zim, and he's on Hell of a Boss.
Maybe give it a little bit. Maybe they might bring it. He is bigger these days. Maybe
especially
he's not as
becoming a bigger show too.
Yeah, that's true.
Next season,
he does a lot of other stuff too. I believe he does
he is busy acting.
Yeah, I'm trying. There's a lot of things. I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But yeah, so we'll see. Maybe not.
Maybe
not.
Maybe get what's his face on there too. Chris Parnell, the guy who's like Jerry.
Oh jeez.
And Cyril from Archer. He's not doing Archer anymore, so get him on there.
That would be funny. But yeah, it's always nice when you have those little cameos.
Season 3 is confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how that's. Is it going to come out in a year, like just next year or something like that? They said.
Maybe 2 at most, probably.
Because
they did just announce it, but I don't know if they've probably been working on season 3 already, even before they.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Confirmed the new season.
I think Adult Swim needs more actual like original shows.
Yeah.
So I think they probably are happy this is getting some attention.
Yeah,
because they seem very hesitant after the first season.
What, to do another?
Yeah, They're like fucking giving up a hassle for a little while.
Max or something though, probably.
Maybe that is
because it's been like the number, like it's been in like the top 3 on Max for like a month or two now, like ever since the new season came out, and I think even slightly before that.
I mean, that's where I've been watching it, so yeah, it makes sense to me.
But like it's remained up in that like top 3, so I'm like, nice. Like it's not even like a Max original or anything. It's literally like an Adult Swim show. It just appears on there the next day, and it's doing great.
It was in the top. It was definitely. It was yeah. I think you're right. It's always been. It's like the top 5 things that.
At least the other day I checked it like 2 days ago. It was number 2, and only Game of Thrones, House of Dragon beat it.
Heck yeah!
So it's doing great. I think anyone who hasn't checked it out should check it out. Start with the first season, and you could watch this and the second season in less time than it takes you to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah. I hate how that's true. You'd watch 2 seasons.
You'd actually still have like 40 minutes to an hour to spare, probably. You watch both the first 2 seasons of Smiling Friends in 3 hours, right? Isn't that what we pretty much figured out?
Yeah, like 3 hours. You can watch all 2 seasons of it.
Something.
Yeah, which is you can watch it faster than you can watch Rebel Moon. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
At least the cut's coming out soon. Did you hear he's releasing both on the same day?
He shouldn't have released any. Anyway.
Both my director's cuts on the same day. Fuck you, 2 Pos in a pod.
Just roasting the shit out of Zack Snyder.
Can we just get more Smiling Friends? Oh, come on. Fuck us. Why?
Please.
And then he's got like he's got an animated movie coming out on Netflix later this year too.
What is?
Zack Snyder.
Wait, what's coming out?
He's coming out with an animated movie later this year.
What
on
movie?
Netflix.
What's the movie?
I don't even know. I forget what it's called. It's an original one though. Like he came up with. So I'm like, oh Jesus.
Oh, can't wait to see how that is.
Rebel Moon repeat.
I swear. I swear now. Rebel Moon, the animated series.
Yeah. But any more thoughts you have on this season of Smiling Friends? Anything you'd like to say about some funny bits or your favorite episode or your least favorite episode? Or
Yeah, mostly just when you're watching this, it's a chaotic ass fucking show where basically anything can happen, and you just embrace it. It's also surprisingly realistic of the way some of these people act.
Even though it's so crazy and chaotic, it's relatable too.
The main cast, for some reason, just acts like regular coworkers, and it just feels just working. I'm like, I could definitely see people interacting like this in a fucking working space.
It's kind of like when you have a coworker family or like coworker friends.
Yeah, exactly. It feels just like that. To be honest, it's kind of too real at times.
But a lot funnier than how mundane that can be sometimes, even though that can be. It is like that, but like they go so fucking crazy with this show. It's like regular show if it was on crack or something, basically.
Oh, yeah. It does have that vibe.
But yeah, check it out, Pose. We're glad we could have you back for another Spoiled It, especially our Philippine audience. We heard that's like number 70 on Apple Podcasts or something right now.
You guys are great.
We just want to let you know we're out here for you guys. You know, you're helping us, and you're probably gonna make us be the ones that catch on the rest of the world.
Thank you.
So we love you.
With love.
And we hope we can jump up to number 69 or even higher.
Nice. Nice.
But we'll see you on the next one, Pose.
Till next time.
Peace.
Later.